Aloha and welcome to Java. Thank you for joining me. It's Monday, May 20th, 2024. Let's go right into it because it is Monday morning. We're going to wait and see what that market opens and gives us. So we'll be watching our main risk indicator, the MMRI, currently 286.8. High level of risk, not in extreme territory yet. We've got extreme greed going on right now in our fear greed index. So with this, we're going to keep an eye on the 10-year yield as always, right now below that 4.5 level, as well as the relative strength of the dollar. Now, both of these have pulled back, and that gave stocks basically room to run. So right now, as we closed out, the Dow is above 40,000, left off in the green, relatively flat. Pre-market will show us a bit more. We'll be watching the volatility index, and we've got the futures going in the green. So right now, what's going on with this, we've got one of Wall Street's last remaining bears, Morgan Stanley, have finally capitulated. So they've got new S&P 500 targets somewhere between 40,000 and up to 60,000. So this could happen. Anything can happen. This is not financial advice. There is possibility it would reach that, but that's only on value as it is in dollars. So as inflation occurs, everything gets more expensive. That includes the stock market. So the sentiment right now, as I say here, is full of bulls still. Money is looking for places to hide, it's looking for places to go to. And the stock market is now kind of seen as a place where it continues to rise and people will at least not lose the value of their money. But what concerns me is right now, almost everyone is now on the same side of this boat. We are in an area of basically where everyone is just bullish on the market. And I would like to say is here, one word, commodities. Gold and silver, they're both beginning a run. I think they've got much more to go. And even oil, but that's on news. So not all commodities, again, are alike. But whatever you can get, gold, silver, platinum, has been stacking for some time. And then also, I would include cryptocurrency in this, depending on what your tolerance level is. So, our calendar, not much today. We're not getting reports, we're basically getting Fed speakers. So, they're going to manage the market with what it is that they say. So, with all of the mainstream media, basically, the gaslighting that's going on, talking about how wonderful the economy is, we'll see what they say. So, with this, we've got earnings today. We're kind of wrapping that up. But in the spotlight this morning, we'll be watching Palo Alto Networks, also keeping an eye on Li Auto and Zoom Video for some of the starters. So we've got also Tuesday up here prior to market open. I'll be watching Lowe's for the home improvement. And then also AutoZone is an auto supply parts company for basically home maintenance of your vehicle and repairs. So those will tell much more about the real economy, in my opinion, as to how they're doing. But it's still a lagging indicator. We've also got Xpeng. They're also a large electric vehicle company coming out, and they're all, kind of going back and forth at the moment. So some stories that are kind of running in the background. We've got Fed Chair Jerome Powell testing positive again for C19. So at the moment, he's got to work from home. So he must be cranking up the printers there. We'll see, managing his tools. So we've got Bank of America is buying Washington Federal's multifamily loan portfolio for $2.9 billion. So banks have problems nowadays, and this has kind of gone to the background. But what we've got right now is Bank of America purchasing the loans, basically pennies on the dollar. These are all going underwater. Typically, multifamily properties are one of the better, more stable properties to go into. So as they're purchasing these pennies on the dollar, I've got another story. I'll go into this later. So real estate and banking kind of going together, and banks have uh, a lot of underlying cracks they're smoothing over. So moving back to central banks, we've got the Bank of Canada. And now they're coming out saying that the weaker loonie, they've devalued their currency as well, may not deter the Bank of Canada diverging from the Fed. So basically, again, they're going to have to cut at the same time or stay at least a little bit close. They can't go far off because if they do, the economies and trade will be so far off balance that it could create a crushing blow to them. So we've got oil climbing, another commodity, but this is after Iran's president died, as well as his foreign minister, in an accident in a helicopter. I'm sure you're going to hear about this because it's larger news. So I find it very interesting, the circumstances surrounding it. However, their president is confirmed dead now. We've also got Saudi. Their king is not doing well and not healthy. So these are main players. Middle East, oil going up. Okay, and of course, none of this is financial advice, but what we're watching also is US hospital chain now filing for bankruptcy. So any companies that don't manage their cash flows are basically getting shoved out to the side. They are either closing, going bankrupt, filing for bankruptcy, or merging into another company. So I wanted to go back to the real estate. Cushman and Wakefield shareholders, they're selling 26.51 million shares. Now, if you're not familiar, Cushman and Wakefield is a large commercial real estate company. So it is very large in the United States, and they see what's coming, so they're dumping their shares. So turning to who is making all the money in this market, we are now in a war economy. We're at war. We're actually in a couple of wars now that we never wanted to get into. So Lockheed Martin has contract now, $756 million. And under this contract, the company will build long-range hypersonic weapons. So this long-range battery equipment system, basically, they started this back in 2021. So Lockheed Martin is based out of Maryland, and they delivered their first long-range battery deal, basically, and they're calling it Dark Eagle. So it's supposed to sound very cool there. That's the same as black chicken, doesn't matter. But it's, I guess if you use that, it would be racist for chickens. So we've got this equipped with hypersonic glide body. This long-range weapon has a range of 1,725 miles. So it actually goes beyond that. But the important part about this is that that gives it capability to get beyond most weaponry, counter-weaponry systems, and it puts Russia in clear target zone from Ukraine. So they're going to be watching this very closely. So with that, I wanted to go into our farm for the day. I wanted to bring this up as well. I saw this nearly 900,000 tea bags have been recalled due to high levels of pesticides. So this is part of why I'm encouraging you to grow some of your own, grow them in pots if you have to. But the one I'd like to talk about is hibiscus. And I love this one, and this is one that I got turned on to, I think, roughly about 9 years ago for blood pressure. So this regulates your blood pressure. The tea is this beautiful dark red color, and the flavor is very similar to cranberry. So regulates your blood pressure, lowers your cholesterol, it does combat depression, anxiety, and helps with sleep. So very similar to chamomile in that respect. Fights the flu. It's very good, cleanses your liver, protects your liver, and this says also boosts your hair growth, but really like the flavor of it. I do notice a difference with your blood pressure, and then also your arteries, very good with that. So with that, I encourage it. Plus, it's beautiful. You can eat the flowers in salads if you like. I'll do that just to make a really beautiful salad, and we'll go into more of these that you can. So with this, I wish you all a wonderful day, and we'll see what the market gives us when it's open. Until I see you again, my friends, stay free.